Welcome back to Burning Eyes Tech, guys. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Azure's Content Delivery Network, also known as CDN for short. All right, so first things first, what is the Azure Content Delivery Network? Now, you probably know when you go and put something on Azure, it's most likely going to be in a data center of sorts, somewhere in the world. These data centers are normally referred to as regions or locations in most cases. So if you happen to go onto the Azure portal and you were to go and create yourself some sort of component, a web service, a virtual machine, you would find that with most components, you have the option to go and choose in which region / location you want to go and host this stuff. In other words, which data center in the world. The problem with this is if you're going to go and choose a data center or a region or whatever you want to go and call it in a location which is very far away from you or your users, that's going to have consequences. One of the main consequences being latency. Now I've got a map here for you guys, and on this map I'm gonna go and pretend to go and put a bunch of data centers for you guys, and we're gonna try and simulate this to the best of my ability. It's worth noting that I don't know exactly where the data centers are. I'm just kind of spitballing here. I'm shooting out of the hip. So for argument's sake, I'm gonna go and drop a data center here in the east of the United States because that's normally the most well-known one when it comes to the trial subscriptions of the Azure portal. All right. Now, if you've got a data center in the East US, or other words, East region, East US region, or East US location, if you've got people actually in the United States, that shouldn't be too bad. If you're going to go and host a web service, a website of some kind, or if you're going to go and host a virtual machine, whatever the case might be, if you're going to go and host something in the East US region and you happen to be in the East US, that's not too bad. You can see there I've got a nice little man there in East US. If I'm in the United States there or near the East US, that is not too bad because I'm going to be connecting directly to that data center. So my latency is going to be about 50 to 100 milliseconds. I'm just spitballing here. It's probably going to be between 20 and 50. It could potentially go up to 100 depending on how far you are in miles or kilometers away from that data center. It shouldn't be that bad. So if you've got a website that's got about 50 components or 100 components that's got to be downloaded, that's about 50 or 100 requests that's going to go and do over that 50 or 100 milliseconds. So depending on how big that website is or whatever this component is, that could potentially seem very laggy to you, the client, or the user. Not a nice experience. So I'm going to give you another example here. What if I've got someone somewhere else in the world? I'm going to go and drop someone down here in Africa. Now, where would that individual go and connect to? So that's a user of mine or my company. Now, that person at the moment is going to have to connect all the way to the United States, East US. I mean, that's very far away. It's not exactly as the crow flies, in case you guys don't know. It looks like that on my drawing, but it's not exactly how things work. Now, that's very, very far. If you go check the latency, that's probably going to be about 300 to 400 milliseconds. I'm spitballing here. It's not exactly accurate, but it might be close to about 300 milliseconds. That's light years. That's very far and very, very slow for the users. So if you're gonna have 50 or 100 components, let's say it's a website of 50 or 100 components, you're gonna have to go and pull 50 or 100 requests over a milliseconds of 300. That's insane. It's gonna be ridiculously slow. That's basically lag for those of you that don't know. So what if we can have this user connect to a data center or a region or location which is closer to them? That is the CDNs they're referring to. Now, the CDNs are actually close to about 120 as far as I know. That's actually more than the data centers that's available in the world for those of you that don't know. So there's actually more CDNs than data centers. So just because you don't have a data center in your country does not mean you don't have a CDN in your country or one nearby. So for now, that user might connect to a CDN which is close to them. So if I were to go and put my data in the CDN network or upload it to the CDN network, Microsoft's basically going to go and clone that to all of their CDNs all over the world. So I just went and dropped a whole bunch here all over the world. It's not up to scale here. There's probably a bunch that I dropped in places where there might not be one. There might be some in places where I did not drop one. That's beside the point here. So what's going to happen here is in the East United States there, I'm going to go and put this in the CDN network. Microsoft is going to go and basically clone that, for the lack of a better word. Let's call it cloning. You're going to go and clone that on all of their CDN networks, and these users, wherever they may be in the world, are going to go and connect to the closest CDN to them now, instead of connecting all the way to the East US like that user in Africa is doing currently. So now as you can see that user in Africa, what's going to happen here is he or she is instead going to go and connect to that CDN, which is just below them there in Africa. And instead of having a 300 or 400 millisecond delay here, latency in other words, that latency is going to drop down to maybe about 20, 50, 100 tops. I don't think it's even going to go over 100. It's probably going to be about 20 or 50. Now, isn't that nice? So there's a lot of benefits to this. One of the benefits is reduced latency. Your latency is going to be drastically reduced. Another benefit to this is you're putting less strain on the front end servers, being the East US in this case. If people are going to be connecting to a CDN or content delivery network closer to them, instead of all of them connecting to the East United States, it goes without saying that there's obviously going to be a lot less load on the main CDN, being in East United States in this case. So if you're going to have people in all the countries, let me go and drop people here in all the countries, all of them now are in fact now going to go and connect to a CDN close to them instead of all of them connecting to the East United States. So that's going to give you all kinds of benefits and also a few indirect benefits. Indirect benefits would probably be something like giving you higher uptime guarantee in the East United States because you've got less people connecting there now. You also have got added security now because of obscurity. So there's all kinds of added benefits you have here, some directly, some indirectly. The point is, some of the main benefits is going to be latency, security, and availability. Now, those are obviously some pretty good benefits in my book. All right, so let's recap on some of the topics here. What is the Azure Content Delivery Network? In other words, CDN. Delivers web content to users. So that's something we've been doing all along, like we've discussed. It's just normally we'd go and put this in one region / location, or better known as a data center. However, if you had folks in different countries, users or clients, that would generally start posing a problem, which is actually the case for most companies these days. I mean, show me a company these days that does not work internationally. If your company is not international, or if you don't have users or clients that's international, that's very rare. So if you're not there yet, you're probably going to get there very soon. So delivering web content to users wherever they are in the world, that's a benefit. Another benefit is obviously latency because of this CDNs being so close to them. So instead of it having a 300 or 400 millisecond latency, it's going to be 20, 50, 100 tops. And then lastly, points of presence, better known as POPs. These are the CDN networks. There's about 120 or more, like we've said earlier. These are actually more than the data centers Microsoft's got available. You can go and check that up. It might even be more by the time you guys watch this video, depending on when you're watching it. But by the time I made this video, it was about 120, 150 at that point in time. I mean, that's a lot. So you're guaranteed to have one in your country or very close to your country to a point where your latency is only going to be about 20, 50, or 100. Alright guys, so that pretty much is it for the CDN network. It's actually a very simple and easy topic. I hope this has been informative for you guys. If it has, please give this video a like. It does help me a lot. And if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing if you have not done so yet. And I'll see you guys next time on episode 10. Thank you guys. Bye. If you love me, let me know. If you don't, then let me